What is up, everybody? It's your boy Rogue here. So, in today's video, I'm bringing you guys my Crystal Beast structure deck profile. In this profile, I'm only using 3 of the brand new Crystal Beast structure decks. Same way I used 3 Aliber structure decks when the Albaz structure deck came out. Before we get to the actual video, smash that like button, let the video get to 500 likes, or 2 super thanks is all the video go. And yeah, man, this deck is very hyped because Crystal Beast, Jesse Anderson is a very popular character, just like Jade and Yuki. All my Yu-Gi-Oh! GX fanboys out there, you guys already know what it is. And I built this deck to be play with my play style. It's very consistent, and it does have a specific goal of just controlling the board. So starting off the profile, one of the new Crystal Rainbow Beast Dragon. His effect pretty much reads, it's kind of like Sunriser. When an attack is declared involving one of your Crystal Beast monsters, you can dispatch summon him to the field. He's a 3K beater, and then when he leaves the field, you can banish him while he's in spelling trap card zone because he is treated like the Crystal Beast, where he's like when he's destroyed, he goes in the back row. You can banish him, special summon a level 4 lower Crystal Beast from the deck, and if you do, that monster effect's negated. I'm not using him for that effect because you have to add the Rainbow Dragon from your deck to your hand. Rainbow Dragon's bad. The card is trash. Like, it's super hard to bring out, and it's not worth running. You really just run this card as a one-of because he's a beast stick and he's a Crystal Beast monster. I really wish he was treated as an ultimate Crystal Beast. It'd make the deck a lot more playable and consistent. However, I guess Code Nami don't want this deck to be that good, but nevertheless, we're going to make it as good as we can. So one of him, at least for the structure deck build, I haven't tested builds that's not structure deck orientated yet, so if you guys want me to make a non-structured build, let me know and I'll get that worked out for you guys. 3 Sapphire Pegasus, staple. I never played Crystal Beast, but I do know a lot of Crystal Beast players, especially in Chicago. People love the deck. Even back in the day, you always ran 3 of this, no exceptions. I've seen some builds online already running 2, maybe 1, but like, nah, you gotta run 3. If you don't run 3, you're not really trying to play because this fuels your engine. 1 Ruby Carbuncle. Now, I do know some people used to run 2 or 3 in the old Crystal Abundance days. However, considering this is just structure deck and we don't have any extra deck cards that we're using, running this is a one-of, just try to get some quick OTKs in. It's pretty cool. You don't really need 3. Just 1 that's good enough. Then 1 Topaz Tiger just as a beast stick and as another name for your Pegasus. 1 Crystal Keeper because I like his pendulum effect. First time a Crystal Beast card will be destroyed, it won't be destroyed that turn, so that's pretty good. And then 3 of the Master, because the Master, you can tribute him on the field to add pretty much any card from your deck to your hand, essentially. And while he's in the Pendulum Zone, your opponent can't target Crystal Beast cards with card effects. So protection from targeting, really good, and he just adds any card. So that's make consistency. Then 1 Turtle for the Pegasus. 1 Cat just to attack directly. So if you guys are in a pinch in time and you got like a minute left on the clock, your opponent went first, but they didn't sub any monsters that can negate monster effects. Attack them directly, poke for 600 and go from there. And as far as the hand traps, 3D shifter. I mean, it came in a structure that you're going to run 3 because all the cards when they're destroyed, well, all the monsters when they're destroyed rather, they go to the back row. So yeah, you can play. You open up this, you can stop an opponent's turn and then set up on your turn. 3 Ghost Bells, same thing. It's good for tournaments, good for sprites, good for any other rogue deck. 3 Ash because it's a staple. That's the monster lineup. I'm running 1 rare value. I do know this is controversial. Some people might run around 3. Even back in the day, I remember my buddies playing Crystal Beast heavily at locals. Rare value was always a slow card. People started to cut it to 2 and eventually 1. Some people didn't run it at all. It's a dated card. If it was Crystal Beast rare value or Crystal rare value, it'd be better. Or if it was errata to say it's always considered a Crystal card, it'd be better because you could search it. However, since it's not searchable, and if you don't have your back row set up, it's a dead draw. You run it as a run-up, so when you do have your back row set up, it's good. Or if it's good off the top deck, you really don't want to open it. It's more of a mid-game card. But if you open it with a perfect combo hand, it's decent. But like, we don't like running decent cards. We just like running cards that when we open up our first opening hand, everything shouldn't be too combo heavy. So just for structure that build only, I think one of is good. Then one of my favorite cards, Crystal Bond. Bro, this card is amazing. So you add a Crystal Beast monster in your deck to your hand, and then place 1 Crystal Beast monster with a different name in the special trap card zone. You can only activate 1 per turn. So that's the reason why we run some of the other different names in the monsters, because you want to add your Pegasus always, add a different name, normal summon Pegasus, put another guy back there, That's 2 off the rip. So if you open up this with your field spell, you got half of your life point damage, and you also got protection for your field spell. Then if you have another way to put another one in your back row, your field spell can negate spell and traps. So that's really good. Rainbow Bridge of the Heart, another the best card in the structure deck. Literally, during your main phase, you can normal summon an additional Crystal Beast monster in addition to your summon. During your main phase, you destroy 1 Crystal Beast card you control, or in your hand. If you do, add 1 spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And then if Crystal Beast monster is placed in your spell trap card zone, even during the damage step, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, bounce that card and this card to the hand. So essentially, this is how you wipe boards. You pop card, your Crystal Beast card, search, bounce a card your opponent controls, and bounce it back to the hand. Play it, do it again, I guess. So really good card. You're running at 3 staples, the best card in the deck. 3 Rainbow Bridge, like best card in the deck. Add any Crystal Beast spell or trap from your deck to your hand. 3 Ancient Ruins. So my whole goal of my build, at least, is like everyone's online. They're trying to go for the structure deck, Rainbow Dragon, Wombo Combo, crappy builds. I like this better because, like, I mean, you're gonna run 3 of these regardless whether if you're running the Rainbow Dragon build or not. The goal is just to get 3 in the back row. You get 3 in the back row, that's your Omni negate essentially. Negating spell and traps. It's not negating monster effects. However, when you combo this with Conclave, which is another control card, and Crystal Miracle, which is essentially a searchable Omni negate for the deck, you're in a good position. Even a lot of meta decks, like Sprite, for example, if you open up this and you set up the Rainbow Ruins and the Conclave, there's not going to be much they can do. But yeah, you guys, most Crystal Beast players already know what Rainbow Ruins do, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that. But for you guys that do not know, you got 1 Crystal Beast in the back row, can't be destroyed by card effects. You got 2 in the back row. You can have the battle damage you take. I wish it was any damage, but it's battle damage. You got 3 in the back row, you can negate the spell and traps. 4 in the back row, you can draw an extra card. 5 in the back row, you can target 1 Crystal Beast card and spell trap card, special summon it. But that card parts are relevant for today's metagame. You really just want to focus on getting 3, so before you can negate spell and traps. And yeah, you got to modernize the playstyle for this deck, which is right. You just want to focus on getting 3 instead of trying to do all this crazy crap that's not gonna get you anywhere. Especially if you guys are a new player. I think this is honestly the most competitive way to play the deck. Just control with this, and you're good to go. Crystal Conclave, one of my new favorite cards as well. Once per turn, to face up Crystal Beast monster you control is destroyed by battle by card effects, but summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck. You can send this face up card from the field to the graveyard, target 1 Crystal Beast monster you control, 1 card on the field, return it to the hand. So that's really good. I watched the deck profile of a guy who ran this in his build. He said he runs 3. It's insane because if they're destroyed by battle by card effect, bring out another one, and then you can bounce this, then target 1 card and bounce them bouncing. So all that control stuff is really good, and it's honestly something really cool that we can do in today's metagame. Then the Crystal Miracle, like I said, it's just an Omni Gate. I wish Heroes had a card like this. Spell Trap monster effect activated, destroy 1 Crystal Beast card you control, and if you do negate the activation, it'll spell a trap card zone, and while this card is in your graveyard, even during damage step, you can banish this card. Place 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, or face up in your spell tracker zone. Face up in the spell tracker zone. So this card is really good just to fuel your back row again and negate stuff. So that's it for the main deck. It is 40 cards, and I think honestly this is one of the best routes to go considering you're just using 3 structure decks. Be on the lookout for my video. I will be taking this deck to locals this week to compete. And yeah, we're going to see how good it's going to do in today's metagame of Sprite, tournaments, and stuff. So be on the lookout for that video. I did build a side deck just with the structure decks. You guys know how I do it. So anytime I do my locals videos where it's just like 3 structure decks at locals, let's go. I built a side deck. I'm going to use the extra deck, even though I'm not really using the extra deck. But my side deck consists of stuff that's just going to help you either win in time or just try to help you win against Mystic Mind. Now, Mystic Mind is going to try to stall you out. So if you come in a case where you play against Mystic Mind, you can go for the old school Crystal Abundance plays. You're going to fuel your back row up regardless because of Mystic Mind. And they're going to try to stall you out if you're playing against somebody who's using Mystic Mind. You can Abundance their whole field and go pop off and try to OTK. So we run I think I run 3 Abundance for the Mystic Mind matchup, okay? 3 Cosmics for any other back row decks, Mystic Mind included. Ferret Flames just to gain life points and try to stall the opponent. Not stall the opponent out technically, but like if your opponent's beating you down, you can try to board wipe them, and it seemed like a pretty cool card. So I'm running it as a side deck card. You guys don't have to do it if you guys only have. If you guys only have structure deck cards, you can try this out. It's pretty good. 2 crystal releases for any beatdown decks, like decks that may just run beefy monsters. 3 crystal boom, another card that's good for if you going into game 3, 5 minutes up on the clock, set up back row, your opponent's comboing off crystal boom. It says special summon up to 2 crystal beast monsters from your spell attack card zone. If you do, gain life points equal to their combined original attack. So once again, you're playing against that Sprite player. They taking all day to do their combos. You got 2 minutes left on the clock. Crystal boom, bring out your 2, gain life points. Unless they got enough to do some damage, or you GG, you win. And then contact C, because against some decks, this can just win you the game. So yeah, man, this is my Crystal Beast deck profile in detail. Post your thoughts and opinions about it in the comment section down below. Like the video if you're new here. If you guys want to subscribe for more, subscribe for more. It's your boy Rogue Hero, and I'm signing out. Peace.